So welcome to Punch Sports Extra. My name is Shegun Odwanyo. I have with me Eniton Daramola, who is my co-anchor, and together I'll be giving you bits and pieces on this wonderful show of yours where we do talk about sports, football, and other interesting happenings in the world of sports at large. Eniton, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
A beautiful Monday.
Yes, a beautiful Monday. Good afternoon, Shegun. Good afternoon to every sports lover out there. It's good to be here again.
All right, it's good for us to be back on your screens. Another return. And yes, it was a return to the score sheet for our own Victor Osimhen. 1-1-1. 111 club goals already for the young man. And at 25, I think that's a great one. His club won 4-2 against Monza. And the African king had to rise higher than his opponents. I mean, it's Osimhen already. We are used to it. It's on our front page, Punch Sports Extra. In fact, it's the biggest picture on our front page. Osimhen. I mean, many of us call that, but towering higher than the defender there and heading the ball into the net. 4 goals they scored. Victor got 1 goal. Anytime.
And one of them, arguably, a very important goal. So the eagle, Victor Osimhen, is flying. He's soaring very high. I think they just need to keep him happy, to ensure that, he keeps on scoring. And who knows if they are consistent, if they have like a consistent run of games, they might sneak into the, European qualification, especially the Champions League.
It remains a doubt if you look at what the Italian Serie A is saying
yes,
right now.
Of course, but
Napoli are doing terribly, especially if you compare what they did last season with this season. It has been really bad.
I agree with you.
I mean, Osimhen still on the scorecards.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he wants to leave. Reports have it that, in fact, it's concluded that he's going to England. We do not know for sure, but he's scoring regardless.
Yes, he's scoring regardless.
All right, still on our front page, Saka and his injury problems. Somehow his manager has been able to, know when to use him, know when to rest him in the last few days, because in the last couple of seasons, they keep using him week in and week out. But this season, somehow, he didn't play 2 games ago. He was kept out of that game and out of the squad entirely. In this last encounter where they won 3-0 against Brighton, he scored, and it was a good game for him. But he says he has injury problems.
Well, I think this is where, the work of the manager and, the medical team comes in. You understand? So I think if you recall, I don't know if you have seen the video from Patrice Evra when he was talking about how Sir Alex Ferguson was able to manage what's his name, Robin Van Persie, and that there are some games that some training sessions that they would have, and he won't train, but they were certain that whenever this guy plays, he's going to deliver, and it was so obvious that he won them the league. Now, this is something that an ex-footballer has said. I think coaches now should take a cue from that. There are a lot of games being played. The tournament. Crazy. Look at AFCON. Osimhen, like someone like Osimhen is back playing again. It was just a snap, and you are back. There are games here and there, but you need to manage your players. That's one of the duties of a manager. You understand? So whether he's injured or not, he's he needs to, the manager needs to, ensure that he manages the team and the player to ensure that the results, they get the actual result. And mind you, Arsenal need either a win or a draw to keep the momentum going. They do not want to crash out, against a team like Bayern Munich and, they should just lose in a very bad way, because it might affect them in the league. They are top of the league right now, on same goal. Liverpool. Yes, but however, they are on top of the league goals difference, you understand? So this is the time they don't want to, keep their foot off the pedal. This is the time they don't want to lose, because just one loss can remind them of the bottling days. Can make your season disastrous. Exactly.
All right, we are motivated to make the Olympics. Rasheedat Ajibade, captain of the Super Falcons. Last week, the encounter between them and the Banyana of South Africa ended 1-0 at the Abuja Stadium, where a penalty, courtesy of Rasheedat Ajibade, ensured that the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be leaving the shores of the country with an edge. And now they are going to Pretoria to be playing against Banyana. And hey, we didn't qualify for the last Olympics. Can the girls do one better?
So I think it was Ajibade that was saying. I think it was Ajibade or one of the players now that was saying that we should believe them. Nigeria should have faith in them that they can do it. So I believe that they can. I believe that they can do it. I hope. Well, there's a trend right now that if you want to leave Nigeria, you have to go to some certain neighboring countries. Before you get maybe a cheaper flight. All we need to do now is go to South Africa and ensure that we get the win. But I believe that they can.
Even if we don't win, let's drop.
What I cannot believe that it's been 16 years that the Super Falcons played
at the
Olympics. Unbelievable. However, I think I'm motivated, and the players are motivated as well. I believe that they have what it takes to beat South Africa.
All right.
Or a draw, like you said.
All right. Good news though is that the game is going to be on cable TV, the one we all use now. You'll be able to watch it there. Yeah, that one. You'll be able to watch it there. I mean, the first game here was not beamed live because according to the South African guys, they said they were supposed to share feed if the host country was showing it to the world. But that they will show it in their country, so they will share feed with Nigeria. Of course, I mean, it simply means that, hey, you're able to watch it on TV. And yeah, I'm glad. I would like to really watch that encounter because it's a win or bust, or at worst, a draw or bust for the Super Falcons. This man just got back from injury. His club is flying right now in Germany. And one of the biggest teams in Italy, the old lady, Juventus, are said to be seeking his services. I'm talking about no other person but our own Victor Boniface. They say Juventus are looking for this man. I think they should look elsewhere. Oh, okay. We don't want him to go to a team that because Juve are not the team that we have known them to be. But I mean, that's just for this season and last season. Well, they did it on the bounce for 9 years.
Jokes apart, anyways, it's a good one. Juve are looking at signing our very own, Victor Boniface, and I hope that if he's fit for the next game, or since he's back from injury, anyways, he really wants to score the goal that will ensure that they are the champions of the Bundesliga. But it's good. It's a good one. He has put himself, out there, and all the big teams will be obviously looking at this guy. I don't know, maybe a team like Chelsea. Well, a team like Chelsea will be looking at Victor Osimhen. I don't know about Arsenal, but he's a kind of player that will fit into the Arsenal setting. Barcelona, I don't know about Barcelona right now, but they have a certain, Roberto Lewandowski, who is their main striker. So it's not a bad one that, a team like Juve are looking at him. And I think that it will be a very good addition in any big team he joins.
All right. So many headlines for you there on Punch Sports Extra. But hey, that is where we'll be drawing the curtain on that particular today's episode of Punch Sports Extra. Yep. If you loved any of the things we made mention of, just go out there at your vendors, grab your copy, and have a fantastic read with a bowl of some of your best food or drinks or something, and just, have a great Monday. 2 days extra for public halls, and then we'll resume again to work, or you resume again to work on Thursday, on Thursday, I beg your pardon. Yeah. All right, very quickly now we go into analysis, review of the English Premier League and some of the other leagues that we all love to watch and enjoy. Very quickly, let's start with Manchester United up against Liverpool. 2-2 it ended. Stalemate, 1 point each. It has only been difficult for Liverpool when they go to Old Trafford. But with the form Liverpool are in at the moment, you would have expected them to at least dispatch Manchester United. But hey, they blew their chances in the first half. Well,
don't say it has always been easy or difficult.
It has been difficult for them. Many
times. Don't say always, because if you look at the previous seasons, they have come. Man U were like the underdogs. Manchester United were like the underdogs.
But Trafford is always crazy.
Okay, well, yeah, let me agree with you. However, it's a big blow. I don't know how big it is, but it is a blow for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp.
They should have won that game.
Yes, they should have won the game in the first half.
Yeah.
However, you need to give it to Manchester United that they did not concede more.
Because Liverpool did not score. Not because they were pushing them off.
No. It's not about
Liverpool were the ones that were wasteful. It's not that Man United were superb.
No. Don't get me wrong. Now, they might have wobbled and fumbled up front in the middle, but they tried their best to ensure that Liverpool did not score
too many goals.
Yes. And before the equalizer came,
Liverpool
the
could have
equalizer
scored.
was a gift.
Liverpool, it was also a gift.
A
Liverpool
gift
could have scored
that ended up in a superb
3 to 4 goals.
Yes, they should have. Not even could
No thanks
have.
to Darwin
Not
Núñez,
even
no
could
thanks
have
to
now.
Mo
They
Salah,
should have.
no thanks to Dominic
Well,
Szoboszlai. It was a wasteful top 3, top 4 guys up front for
remember that a
Liverpool.
certain fixture against between Manchester United and Liverpool last season ended in a 7-0 thrashing at Anfield.
Yeah.
So they should have, look at the form that Liverpool are in presently. They should have, like you said, dispatched Manchester United. I was expecting them to, because when you have players like Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Victor Lindelof, and Johnny Evans injured, and you have only Harry Maguire and a certain Kambuala, I beg your pardon.
Good.
And I think it's 18, if I'm not mistaken. So it's certain, well, irrespective of his age, he has not played a long run. I think this is like his first start, or maybe the second start for Manchester United this season. And, for an experienced team like Liverpool, you expect them to pimp with the Mohamed Salah, Diaz, and all the guys that they have.
Darwin Núñez.
Yes, they should just dispatch Manchester United. But then, another thing I was expecting, if you look at the trends, Liverpool have been the one that ensured that Manchester United sacked their coaches. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer suffered that fate. Ralph Rangnick, I think, suffered the same fate. I was just expecting that if they trash Manchester United, that's the end for Erik ten Hag. But surprisingly, this season, after the 7-0 thrashing, Liverpool have not beaten Manchester United in 3 meetings. They've drew twice. The first leg ended 0 in a goalless draw. The second game that they had was in the FA Cup, and Manchester United surprisingly killed the quadruple dreams of this Liverpool team, because it looks like a parting gift or it was supposed to be a parting gift for Jurgen Klopp. But now again, Manchester United ensured that Liverpool lost their their footing.
Shout out to Bruno Fernandes. He got the gifts. Didn't waste any time to control. He just hit it.
Mainu. That guy has been doing some magical stuff. I hope that the hype doesn't get to him.
Keep it up.
Yes, and I hope that he looks like someone that can keep it up. He plays so calmly.
We've seen many people in the past too, especially that man. You see, not man. There was this 17-year-old boy they brought that time that scored the winning Makeda
against Aston Villa.
The winning goal that got them the league some years ago.
Funnily, it was almost the same spot. And yesterday there was some weird tweets yesterday, because the advert that was on the board when that guy scored that goal was the same advert on the board when Mainu scored against Liverpool. So it was just funny. However, no, don't do that. Don't do that. However, they are different players. You need to, these guys are young players. They are, doing a lot week in, week out. It's their life.
Yeah.
So I hope that he's able to, and I am confident that he will be able to.
It's
a bad one for Liverpool.
All right, okay. Klopp said that if Manchester United go and play this way, the way they played yesterday against Arsenal, one thing was certain: Arsenal was going to win. I think he was shading his boys.
He's not just shading his boys. He's not just shading his boys. Actually, he's using style
reverse psychology.
To give Manchester United a push that we need you. So what he was doing?
Help us
beat
like
Arsenal. But he's not saying that. He's not saying that. Please, we need you. But however, I was not saying if you want to beat Arsenal, this is how you can beat Arsenal. Don't play like you played today against us.
Play against this Arsenal the way they did yesterday. In the first half, it would have been 4-0.
I disagree with you. Because this Arsenal team, they are coming to Manchester United. They are coming to Old Trafford, I beg your pardon. And it will not be, yes, they might have the possession, but it's going to be tough. I don't know what Erik ten Hag has done. I don't know how he's doing it, that, this season is not as bad against the top team, and he has gotten, he got a win against the top 6. He beat Aston Villa home and away, if I'm not mistaken. So it should be a not a stroll in the park for Arsenal. Another thing I was expecting that we're going to talk about, penalty call yesterday.
Was that not a penalty?
Did you see the replay?
I saw it from various angles, from
what was
your angles.
What was your take on it?
I think it was a penalty.
Okay.
If you look at it from the left, it didn't look like a penalty. But if you look at it from the rear,
why are you looking at it from the?
No, because the VR guys looked at it from all angles.
Then, if they had done that, then that penalty shouldn't have stood.
So was it a dash?
Well,
no, I don't think so. I think technology is a plus in football these days.
I think
it was a penalty.
So I'm not blaming the technology, and I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that if they look at it holistically, they would have ruled out.
Well, penalty said VAR,
Yes.
penalty said the referee. 2-2 it ended. Very quickly, Manchester City dispatched Crystal Palace 4-2. First goal, early goal from Mateta, and I was thinking, what is going on?
I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that. There are some kind of things that play Manchester City. I feel oh, maybe this one can pull a stunner or might want to shock or surprise Manchester City. But it was not a team. Especially the fact that this season now, especially the fact that they have been kind of inconsistent in some games, and they have their best players just coming back from injury. You understand? So you won't expect that they will want to, surprise Manchester City. The way Manchester City has, they played in their previous game, they are just ready to just destroy anybody. After that draw against Arsenal, they've scored, I think, 4 goals in, 2 consecutive games, 4 and 4. That's like 8. But then, when you come against a team like Manchester City and you score a goal, it's just like kicking the beehive. You should expect
trouble.
You should expect trouble. And any chance you have, make use of it. And that's why they had a chance. Crystal Palace had a chance with this Ghanaian. And he should have just passed.
Some chances too in the first half.
Yes, but, it
could have been 3-0 up.
Exactly. And especially that chance before, Manchester City got their second, he should have just passed that ball. Just passed. And then he went for, the stun and eventually...
All right, 4-2 it ended in favor of Pep Guardiola's side. For Chelsea on and off like electricity in Nigeria. I mean, they have days when you just think, what is happening here? It's looking so sweet, especially with Cole Palmer, one of the contenders for player of the season. And then Mauricio Pochettino took him off, and I immediately changed my TV to another game because what nonsense was that? Your best player, you are taking him off in a game you have not won, in a game you are barely struggling to hold. The guy wasn't looking injured. It's not like you have Champions League on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and you're taking off your best player. What form of tactics was that? And I was right. When I saw Pam 2-2, I said, I told you, you're playing against a relegation battling side. I mean, and you think the best of tactics was for you to take out your best player, your obviously best player. Oh my goodness. But I think it was a good one for Sheffield. They got a point. They are battling relegation. They are not down and out. They show that they are struggling really hard. Well, if games go their way and somehow luck, they are not down
on what you mean by
out.
Not down.
They are probably down, but they are not out.
Oh, well.
Same thing for Luton, who were able to, get something. They are on the same point with Nottingham now. Nottingham lost to Spurs 3 goals to 1. For Aston Villa in the top 4, but they are not holding it really well because they could have won, but they didn't win against Brentford. Brentford are equally fighting relegation. They are just some points off of the bottom 3.
Yes.
Spurs are just some points off Aston Villa with a game in hand. Yes. So it's an interesting one, an intriguing one in England.
Before you go, I have a side, gist for you. Yeah. So I heard that there's a certain, what's it called, Robin Hood in the Premier League now that they steal from the rich and give to the poor. Yeah, so after that 4-3 magical win against Manchester United in the midweek, they stole the points from Manchester United and eventually ended up giving it to Sheffield. And mind you, Sheffield are battling relegation. So sorry, Chelsea fans.
All right, in Germany, I mean, we were just doing the mathematics last week where we were saying 13 points and all that. But as it stands, mathematically, Bayern Leverkusen have won that league, mathematically, because they have 4 or 5 games to go, and what they just need now is a win out of how many games. And sorry, but congratulations to Nigeria boys in advance.
Yes, so 2
Nathan Taylor and Victor Boniface, even though Boniface didn't really play, I mean, for a couple of months, but he was one of those people that started that struggle, like they say, when they were really battling it week in, week out against Bayern Munich. Thankfully for Bayern Leverkusen, Bayern Munich lost 2-3 or 3-2. They lost this last encounter, and Bayern won their own game. Bayern Leverkusen won their game 1-0. So for Xabi Alonso and Bayern Leverkusen and whatever it is they are cooking and eating in that place, they are doing well.
Remember we were asking that what was it they were doing that they have remained unbeaten for this
and they're still unbeaten.
And they're still unbeaten. No, surprisingly, before, so they had the previous European game that they had, they came back from behind in both encounters.
Yes.
Now, that was not just the only time that they had to come back from behind, because they almost lost the unbeaten run. in the league, like I think it was 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
that they had to come from behind. They had to come from behind to win. What are these guys? And the fact that they don't have their main striker, Victor Boniface, with them, somebody just turns up and then they get the result.
If it's not Teller, it will be Sheik. If it's not Sheik, it will be Frimpong. Somebody somewhere.
I think after this season, they need to sit Xabi Alonso down and just ask,
what did you do in
2023? What are you telling these guys? What do you tell them whenever they are down? What's the when they are during the break? What is it that you tell them? And then again, how do you manage to lose your players, your key players,
to
and
injury,
still get the result?
Nathan Teller was saying one more after that game. But I do hope that when they win, I mean, hopefully they win coming weekend. When they do win, that they can still keep their remaining games
unbeaten. That is
because you know, when you win, many times you just want to throw caution to the wind, and then you know that's everybody's problem. Guys begin to go out to enjoy themselves and all. I really do hope
the German beer.
Exactly. I hope they can keep it together and stay unbeaten. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting.
There's something that they have already managed to keep together, and it's the services or the service of their head coach, Xabi
He'll be there next season, at least for one more season.
And that's very good. A blow for Liverpool. But
a blow for every other person who wanted him. But I hope he can have his boys together. Remember, there was a time Ajax was doing well. I mean, they had a lot of young stars, Delete, Onana. I mean, and in just one season,
and
all those guys, you know, left, and Ajax did not end up the same way.
I think it was 6-0 at the weekend.
Yes, Ajax. So I hope Xabi is able to tell his boys, we did it together this season. Let's look at what we can do together next season.
But before telling them, I hope the club can keep the boys.
If they see money.
Now that's where the problem
comes. If they see something like good money for
will
the likes of...
So let's just look at it. If they don't manage to keep these players, the likes of Victor Boniface, Sheik, Frimpong, who has, you know, Manchester United and some other club are monitoring. Thank you. If they don't manage to, even Nathan,
not really
Teller,
special at Southampton.
Exactly.
I mean, turning up in Bayer Leverkusen.
Going back to Southampton is a no-no for me for Teller. This is just an advice. Staying with Leverkusen is a good one, or you know, going to another club, a top club. So if they don't manage to keep these guys, I think getting the right replacement.
That'd be an experiment. But anyway,
if they do win, wow, that's a story.
We wish Leverkusen.
That's a story to tell.
I think they'll win the league. I think it's
written
in the stars already.
If they retain the trophy next season.
I don't know about next season. Let them just take this one and enjoy themselves. All right, very quickly, let's move on now to USM Alger versus Rivers United. Remember, we were here last week to talk about the fact that Rivers United scored in the first few minutes of the game here in Nigeria, and we expected them to properly deal with USM Alger, because when you leave the shores of this country, especially when you are playing against a North African side, anything you see, you take it like that. Remember that their manager was complaining that they played by 2 p.m. in the heat of the sun during Ramadan when his players were fasting, and the Rivers United were not being lenient on them. They didn't allow a fair game and all that. Rivers United have also been complaining since yesterday. That game was played at 10 p.m. Nigerian time. I mean, that game, they said there was no VAR. There was no this, there was no that. It has also been complaints. It's more like when you play away from home in the first game, it's an edge, so that when you come home, you can also do your thing. This doesn't make African football grow.
Exactly.
They lost 2-0. They won here 1-0, so they lost 2-1.
Yes. On aggregate.
When are we going to? We watch football now. We watch football. People, we are going to still talk about Champions League now. Yeah. Bayern, we go to Arsenal. Arsenal, we go to Bayern.
Exactly, and they don't get to. The only advantage is, or the only advantage that the likes of Bayern or exactly is the 12th man. That's the only advantage that you should have. And like Ivory Coast did against Nigeria, they had the entire pitch filled with the Ivorian colors. You understand? So I don't understand what is going on in African football. But we all know what should be done and how it should be done, because this is not the way football should be. We're not saying that's, you know, we're not giving excuses for Rivers United for losing that game. However, things should be done orderly. I see no reason why VAR should not be in that game. I see no reason why, you know, the game should just go at any particular time. You understand? Like
the manager of USM just said here that the home team is allowed to choose the time for the game. And
wow.
I found that really interesting.
So I think
because we know the time of the game tomorrow.
So
Arsenal versus Bayern.
Yeah.
We know the time for the game tomorrow.
And if there's any
Real Madrid
shift,
versus,
it could be maybe because of
when,
fan disturbance.
you know, there'll be something important.
Announcements.
Not that it's the home team. I mean, I don't think I've ever had that before in foreign football. That it is the home team that decides
exactly
what time they will play.
Exactly. I don't understand.
All right, it is looking like complaints galore already, but well, congratulations to Rivers United. I mean, they did it last season. They are doing it again this season. They've gone farther than any of our home-based teams. In fact, for getting to the quarterfinal stage, they have secured one extra spot for a Nigerian team on the continent. So hopefully we have our 4 guys again going to Europe here, and hopefully.
So quick one. I think I want to say that, you know, there's a saying that if you cannot beat them, you should.
What are we not joining them?
Hold on. No, don't join them. Okay. You should arrange for them to be beaten. Now, this is my point. Yes, this is my point. So, whenever we have a game and we are playing home first, any Nigerian club, I think we should look beyond defeating our opponents 1-0. Look beyond that, so that by the time we go, anything that happens outside, we'll at least score a goal. You understand? So, irrespective of, you know, whatever difficulties that there might be or that would arise, you know that you have done your bit. You understand? Even if, you know, everyone you expect to, you know, do the right thing, they don't do it. You make sure that you have done yours. You have crossed the I's and crossed the T's and dotted the I's.
Cross the T's and dotted the I's. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My head was.
Yeah, I figured out. I figured out.
All right. Good one. Regardless, one extra spot for the Nigerian football, you know, crop. I mean, on the continent next season. But we just expected that we could have gone ahead into the semi-finals. Dreams FC of Ghana, that was the other team from Rivers United's group, have made it into the semi-finals. Come on. We could have had Rivers United as well in there, but when you win 1-0 at home and then you are going away, especially to North Africa, most times, you know, it is already written in the stars that it won't end well. But hopefully we can regroup. We can have Rivers United or any of the teams that will be representing the continent next season learn from these mistakes and do great things for themselves and for the green and white flag. Very quickly move over to the Super Falcons now. We touched on it earlier when we were looking at the front pages with Rasheedat Ajibade saying that, hey, they are ready to go. But, you know, when you win 1-0 at home again and you are going to South Africa, the good thing, though, is that it will be on TV. We'll be able to watch it. But do our girls have enough? I mean, do they have enough weapons in their arsenal to keep the South Africans at bay on their home front?
Yes, we have enough weapons. We have ourselves. They have the team entirely. Because that's all you need at the end of the day to get you through the line. You need the entire team. You need everybody, you know, going forward. You need everybody running back. You need to keep yourselves together, irrespective of, you know, antiques from the 12th, you know, the 12th man on the pitch. So I think we have all that it takes, but we should ensure that we score, because I'm hearing that there's a possibility that Asisat Oshoala might not be available for, you know, for. She
was supposed to come into Nigeria. She came in on Thursday. Just before the encounter. She didn't start that game though. But I think even without Asisat Oshoala, I think we still have the quality of players.
Yes, we do have the quality.
You know, we have. In fact, I think we are even better now.
So just go and bring the tickets. That's all.
I think we can qualify. I think a 1-0 is not bad.
Yes.
0-0 is not bad. I don't know if we'll be able to win, but I think we'll be able to qualify. I'm not too hopeful. I just know we'll qualify. We just want to qualify. Let's just qualify and keep the rest.
Yes.
All right. The UEFA Champions League is back tomorrow. Arsenal against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid up against Manchester City. Except for Bayern Munich, who cannot win the league again. The other guys are the top of the top of the top teams in Europe. City trying to win the league in England. Arsenal trying to win the league in England. Real Madrid trying to win the league in Spain.
Yep.
So this is truly the big boys competition.
That's why it's called
Arsenal,
the Champions
Bayern, and the Emirates.
This is going to be very hard to predict. Initially I was sticking with a Bayern win, but the recent games that Bayern have played, it's been funny. I think their last game they lost having led. You understand? So I think it's going to be tricky because Arsenal are in a good form. You understand? It's going to be tricky, and who knows? Arsenal might pull a surprise or likely a draw.
You are not staying anywhere.
I'm not staying anywhere. Yes.
All right. Also tomorrow, Real Madrid against Manchester City.
Who's on first?
I think is it not Real Madrid? I'm not sure. We'll get that now. I'm pretty sure will pop that up for us now.
Yes. So before.
So it's about who is home.
Yeah. Well, yes. When it comes to Madrid, Real Madrid and Manchester City, it's not even about who is home anymore because those are the teams that will turn up anytime, anywhere. Even if they don't play well for the entire 90 minutes, Madrid is a team that can surprise you. They can steal the win. You understand? So I'll be predicting maybe 2-1.
In favor of who?
In favor of whoever is at home.
All right. We'll get who is at home for you very soon. PSG Barcelona on Wednesday.
PSG Barcelona.
PSG is at home.
We might end up 3-2 in favor of Barca.
First leg,
Yeah.
5 goals.
It's possible.
Atletico Madrid up against Borussia Dortmund.
That's one of the most trickiest because I don't know. Atletico Madrid they have been very unpredictable. They turn up today, they go elsewhere tomorrow. But I see Atletico Madrid, scaling through at the end of the first and second leg.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, like I always say, without you guys on that hand, we can't be here. Thank you very much to Eniton Daramola for being my co-driver, co-presenter on the show this beautiful Monday.
Co-pilot, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be called the driver.
All right.
Co-pilot.
All right. My name is Shegun Dwyer. I say have yourselves a fantastic Monday. There's not too much of work to be done this week because tomorrow and Wednesday is like another weekend. Work resumes for many people on Thursday. God bless you. Stay out of trouble. Go enjoy your holidays.